A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Nerf Secrets Revealed. So what I'm going to do today is that, I might not be back for a little while longer now because of a still lack of ideas for episodes that I've got here. Creativity is probably not helping me as well, but what I'm going to talk about today is something else I've got in my mind, aside from, well, everything else I've already talked about, including some details about the Nerf Secrets Revealed Bolts of Intrigue feature film that I released back in the 15th of August. And now, since it's been just over 2 weeks, I'm probably going to imply a few things real quick. Because if I do intend on making a sequel for this feature film, a few details that I'm probably going to spill out really quick would be that right away, I would actually bump up the timeline to around 50 minutes or even a whole hour if possible. That would be the first thing that I would end up doing. I would probably also see if I can get some camera assistance, probably buy a couple more cameras, or at least use a few different types of cameras out there, just so I'm able to do very well with, the filming aspects of it overall. But I guess aside from all of this, the idea for a sequel is not that far-fetched at all. Because if I was able to pull something like this off, the work of a feature film just like that wasn't even 26 minutes in length, but still, I really feel like a sequel would be somewhat of a breeze to pull off. And even though I do have more than a year to put that part together, it would still be really, I guess, crucial for me to identify any of the parts to it that link up to how I'm going to be able to be successful at this. If I do intend on creating myself more feature films reminiscent of anything at all that I have in my lifetime, then I would have to spend more time researching, developing, trying to find ways to put a good film together. Because if I'm going to have a Nerf Secrets Revealed related film come out next year, I'm hoping that I can make it as big as I possibly can. I already did pretty well in terms of, the way I've done the first film here, but the second, I might as well just say, I feel like it'll be a great time putting that whole thing together. But I guess for the time being though, since I have just over a year left to, have everything planned out and the like, I guess for right now is that I'm going to have to finish up here on this episode with a few other topics of mine that I'm going to say real quick. Because first off, I would just like to point out really quick that my current Nerf blaster collection is actually fairly decent, with more than 20 blasters that I still have in my collection. As in, there were 6 blasters that I had at the time that I cleared off my wall. If you haven't seen anything like on my Instagram or on either of my Twitter accounts, or even in earlier Nerf Secrets Revealed episodes, that you would have seen that I had cleaned off most of my entire Nerf blaster collection while still leaving a few of them behind. That's all because of the plan of mine to have blasters from 2016 to the present, and probably stop it somewhere like 2021, but it might depend on what I've got going on and how much I'm able to afford, that is. So I guess the real question is, how am I going to get a lot more blasters in my collection? It wasn't as much of a breeze back then, so why make it a breeze now? Well, I guess that's not something I can answer at the moment, but give or take about 2 or 3 years, if I ever have Nerf Secrets Revealed come around for that long a time there, then I suppose I can probably start giving out answers, or at least leak details into this kind of answer of mine that I would develop. But I suppose it's just the inevitable that would lie within. So I guess that probably clears up that part. But another topic I feel like I should probably point out really quick would be the fact that, of course, you have seen me wear this orange shirt a lot. Well, that's because this orange shirt really does pay tribute and a lot of honor to the Nerf lineup itself. The original toy lineup that we've had for like the last 20 years or so, 25 even at most, really is mainly about the orange. Because orange is, after all, a commonly used color on any toy guns, especially with a front tip colored in orange. There were countless times where companies of all types, ones that made guns made for video games, one that made guns that could shoot foam darts like Hasbro's Nerf lineup, and other companies out there, they end up putting a nice coat of orange paint on the tip of any gun that they would have. Because any company of which would recognize the rule nowadays that any gun that they sell must look like it is not real. Because if it did look like it was something in similar ways to a real gun, then it could probably spell out a lot of hot water for the person who was using the gun and for the company who made the gun. But now, since Nerf has a really big variety in terms of color schemes, mostly attributing to the color orange as a way to pay honor to anybody out there who had created orange-tipped guns for the first time, of any toy, whatever the case may be, it's really anybody's guess why orange has really been the best color out there to put onto any toy gun. If it comes from a video game, if it comes from a box, if it comes from anything at all that comes out of the store, then well, orange was the color that you'd put on any toy gun to make it as fake as possible. So it won't be shooting bullets, it'd be shooting foam. Or other elements of sorts. I already have an episode of Nerf Secret Revealed Season 7 that talks about the composition of the darts, bullets, and other types of projectiles used that are launched out of blasters of any type. So one more thing though, before I'm gonna get going, that is that I've just got so much that I have to do here. I feel like that's just the main reason why I'm pretty much delaying myself at any point. And I'm also delaying myself from making any more Nerf Secret Revealed episodes simply because of the fact that, well, aside from creativity and inspiration being at somewhat of an all-time low, there's just so many things out there that I could probably take hold of, but that I would feel like I'd be plagiarizing anybody's work. So I wouldn't want any of that to be put onto my back, so I'd have to carry it for the rest of my life. And most importantly, I would not want to have my reputation branded with such awful allegations of any type. Allegations that do relate to plagiarism and copyright infringement, of whatever the case may be. Because even though I can simply create a watermark or something down in the corner, or this corner, I mean, both of these bottom corners would probably be the best spots to put down a, well, source port of some sort where I can just simply label out the source to where they originally came from. If there are video clips, pictures, anything at all that I would typically use for Nerf Secret Revealed episodes, then well, I would simply scour around to try to find the best possible sources that I can get my hands on, or my eyes on, to say the least. Whatever I could find that best fits the photograph, video, or otherwise that I had selected for a Nerf Secret Revealed episode at the time that I had originally made Nerf Secret Revealed episodes back then I would simply just label it out and go with the flow. That would be it. But I guess in today's time, when I'm just simply out here using actual film of myself on this bench here, I really feel like I'm doing a lot of things more better and much more properly. Because since this is happening now, I really don't feel the need to actually end up using things like photographs or something like that to describe certain things that go along with the subject of whatever episode that I got. So I guess another thing out there, as in relating to the current subject I'm talking about, that is that of course plagiarism is a horrible thing around here, but surprisingly I haven't really been branded with anything at all relating to, well, forgetting how copyright works and just simply ripping things off and, you know, claiming it as my own property, because that is actually not the case. I have not said that any of the photos, videos, or anything else that I had used belongs to me. There was at one point where I made a little GIF film out of GIFs, or GIFs, which are, of course, motion pictures of some sort. Really small ones, too. But, of course, there was nothing at all that really happened at that point. So I can't really say too much about the whole thing, but I wouldn't suggest that I would end up doing that again. Although I've got a lot more things to worry about than just that kind of part in my life. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just simply going to get out. I'm going to try to see how many episode ideas I could possibly find and probably put them all together on one day's whole worth of work. If I can, that is. And since I know that I can really do this very well, I'm just going to try and find out what works best. So until any of this happens at all, if you want to see more go down on my channel, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.